Hello, friends, and welcome to Season 11 of the Future Ready Librarians podcast series, Leading from the Library. This is a podcast for all librarians wherever you are in your journey. It is filled with amazing guests, important topics, and engaging conversations that will inspire, engage, and support all of us as future ready librarians. I am your host, Shannon McClintock Miller. I am the district teacher librarian at Van Meter Community School in Van Meter, Iowa, and serve as the Future Ready Librarians Leader. I have the pleasure of working within my library and school community and also with others around the country and world through Future Ready Librarian events, conferences, consulting, writing, and more. I am honored to bring these voices and the work of others to our podcast and to all of you. Well, friends, today we are in for a real treat because we get to talk to two amazing librarians from Florida, and now they can also say that they're authors. They're going to tell us about their new book, and we're going to talk about what they have been up to, not only with the book, but also in your libraries. And so I'm really excited to have you on. And I think about too, as we get ready to go to AASL, a lot of us, the conference coming up in October, you two are going to be there presenting too. And so this is going to be a great little preview to it. So let's just start by having you both introduce yourselves.
Okay. Let's go with Dione first.
So I'm Dione Mila, and I teach in a public elementary school in Weston, Florida. We have about 650 children in our school, and I've been doing this a little over 20 years in school library and teaching. So, and we're very excited to be here.
Oh, thank you.
I'm Diana Haneski. I'm the librarian media specialist teacher at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School, and that's in Parkland, Florida. And it is my 28th year, and it's flown by, and I just adore the job. I walk in there every day. It's going to be a great day. We're going to get a lot done because there's always a lot to do. So yeah, I'm very excited that we are authors now because of this wonderful little mighty book here.
I love it. I know. And first, to start, let's just talk about like what the title is, tell everybody about it and who it's published by.
Well, it's called From Learners to Leaders, and it's empowering student volunteers in the school library. And we were lucky that the ALA decided that they wanted to publish our book, and that was been a really exciting journey with them.
Oh, that's so great. I love the cover too. I can't wait to pick it up when we're at AASL. It's so fun.
We're so happy with the cover. You know, we always hear about authors and their opinions about, because sometimes you have no control. But this was a very nice experience working with ALA Editions. And as a matter of fact, that's how it came to fruition, was at the last AASL in Tampa. That's when it all started. And now here we are going to the next one as authors.
Well, and that's how books start, is it's like a little spark. And like, what inspired you guys to write this book?
Well, one of the things when I started teaching was that I couldn't believe that people didn't believe that kids in their classrooms or had the potential to be like leaders. I was like, why don't you have this? Why not? I mean, I always raised my kids. I was always giving them projects and things to take leadership in the house. Why wouldn't I do that in the classroom? So I would always have them be the leaders. And then when I moved into library, I thought, well, why can't they do that here too? So I started like the Media Talk program. I had the fifth graders running the entire news program, doing and it's been so amazing to see the kids blossom and grow. And some of my kids went on to study, broadcasting in college, and out working in the field. And I'm like, it all starts with a spark in elementary school, and they just build and build and build, and they're amazing.
Oh, that's so great. Well, and like I just think about all of the opportunities. I'm like you, like kids, it doesn't matter what age they are, they love being involved. They love having ownership. They love helping. And I think that's one of the things that's so fun about being a librarian because we get to work with all the kids in those different ways. And that's something that, like you just said, Diana, that you love, love, love your job every day. That's why, because
That's right. They make it good. That's like today, that's who I had because I normally have a clerk and she got pulled because that's the kind of thing that happens now at schools. And I'm really grateful for the trained library leaders because it works. It's something everyone should be doing, and that's why we did this.
yeah.
It's funny that Dione mentions being a mom because sometimes I feel like the mama in the library, because that's what's happening, and I think that is why we love it so much. But she didn't mention that the spark 2 years ago at AASL in Tampa, she said, "We're going to write a book," and I said, "Okay," and that's pretty much what happened.
Oh, I love that. I know. And so for people who are listening, because some people maybe they never had like a student program, or maybe they're just starting. And so how did you start? How did you start it's called the Learner Leader Program.
Mhm.
How did we
Well,
actually begin working with students like that?
Yeah, like
It,
how do you do that?
kind of like Dione said, you realize you have this job and there's so much to do and so much opportunity for these kids. So for me, it's evolved in all these years. And writing this book has actually made it better because I've learned things working with Dione, things that
mhm.
she does that I didn't do and that are in this book. And even though I've worked all levels, but I'm at a high school now and she's at an elementary, we came together and we feel that it's going to help everyone. So you start somewhere, you start anywhere, and you just make it better, just like you do when you're in the classroom or with your job. You try something, and that's the other reason, I know Dione could say more about this, because we really believe that the strategies are in here that are tried and true. If you want to add to that, Dione.
Well, I would say that start small because when I first did it, I was like, okay, I know the kids want to help, and how can I have them help and feel like they're empowered to feel like they own the library? Because that's really what I want them to give ownership of the library to the kids. So it was really just starting small, getting a small group together, training them, and then letting them train the other kids that wanted to do it. And then now they become like, oh, I'm the trainer. And then they got excited, and then those kids wanted to train more kids. And when you hear kids that are I call my media tots, teachers of tomorrow, um, when they're in their classes and they go up to, oh, don't put the book like that because you'll break the library. It's those cute little things that they say and do that. And then they show the kids how to do things the right way, or, give them guidance. And you're just like, that's what we do this for.
Oh, I love that. I can just see them all and I bet they love it. And I bet that having kids, have jobs in the library. I've seen this too in our school as well, that it really does like change the atmosphere and just that like flow of the library too.
Yep.
For sure. And people, once they see it in action and they see these kids doing jobs that an adult would do, that's what I say to my kids. I'm like, this is a real world job. Like, I'm giving you a job that I need to be doing, but I'm right here with you and you're going to do it, but the teachers, then they have the expectations. Like, let's say a teacher's having trouble with the Promethean board, let's say they'll call and say, do you have a library leader there, a media tech student that can help? Absolutely. Because, we train them, we give them the experience. Like, I'm training someone today who came from the middle school she worked at the library in the middle school. Now she's in the high school, and it's really fun training someone who has some experience. And that's what Dione is doing, because she's getting them in elementary school. But, I have multiple Promethean boards, and the new student, she's a ninth grader. I was trying to get her to go get her hands on it. She goes, oh, I could use that. Well, of course you can use it, so those are the kinds of things that are happening. They're doing things that the teachers would be doing because they're going to help themselves, they're going to help each other, and they're going to help the teachers.
Yeah, and that's a good thing too. And I'm sure that people have, if you don't have a program yet, I think that one question sometimes that people get kind of scared about is like, are they going to mess up the collection? Are they going to mess up destiny? Are they going to do this and that? And so let's just start like with elementary first. Like, talk about some of the things that your kids do,
Oh my gosh.
like that
Well,
nitty gritty.
I think people would be like shocked at how much they do, but they have to remember I've been doing this for a while. So I started small. Okay, so yes, my kids do a lot, but they started small. And it could be something as simple as we have a book monster. So the kids when they return the books, the book monster eats the books. And then I always pick two kids that can check the books in, so they learn like how to scan and how to start doing that. Then as they get to fourth grade, because the fourth grade runs the library. That's what I always say. Fourth grade, you run the library. And so they learn how to, well, before our county or district kind of put a nix on them actually checking out books. They used to be able to go in, they knew exactly how to do a search on the classroom, look up the student's name, and then they have a separate screen or that the kids can verify, yep, that's me. And they know exactly what to say, always wear a smile, and then they can check out the books to the kids. They'll offer them a bookmark. Which they're just like little professionals. They're so cute.
Love
And
it.
then we have the other kids that are constantly helping at different makerspace centers. So you'll have them training, like teaching the other kids, well, this is how you do this, or this is how you make this. We have little crocheters over there. We have kids with the Ozobots. We have kids, doing everything that you can think of. And we just got a 3D printer, so I'm super excited about that. Again, I'm going to train those kids how to use it, how to get the different things to make things with it, and I'm so excited.
And
So,
that's
and
so
then
great.
fifth
I love that.
graders, yeah, my fifth graders run the news. Like they run every TriCaster, the soundboard, the extra stuff that we do that does the weather so that we have the weather background and the kids can talk about the weather. I mean, that it's all like I can literally be gone to a doctor's appointment and I know the news will go on. It's 100% done.
Oh, that's so great. I'm sure
Yeah.
those kids too, they're probably like can't wait to get to like fifth grade or to fourth
Yeah.
grade, get to do all of these things.
Well, it's cool because our school has, when they do the Pledge of Allegiance, we offer it to every grade level, and then like two or three kids from each class will come in and do the pledge. So they get to watch behind the scenes how the green screen becomes the flag behind them and how everything works. And they're just like, they're so
That,
excited. Yeah,
that
and
is
it's
so
really fun. It's such a great opportunity, and we rotate the anchors, so it's never the same kids every 2 weeks, a whole four new kids. So we really get through all the fifth graders that want to do it and want to participate. They can.
That's what
Yeah.
I was going to ask, is like, how do you turn anybody down for your library group?
No. Well,
Good.
what I do is so my third graders, when they're in their third grade, I put out a call like, looking for our media tots. But I do ask them to write me a little paragraph.
Yes. Yeah.
Sell yourself to me. So I want a persuasive paragraph. Why should I pick you? And oh my gosh, the stuff that they come up with, you're just like, yeah, I'm picking you for sure. And,
Oh,
sometimes I have so many that I'll have to have a wait list.
yes.
I do have a wait list. And then, kids move over the summer or, they move during the school year. And so then I have to go to my wait list and like, okay, come on, get in here. And so
That's
it's a
so
lot of fun.
I love that. I mean, that's just I can just see them. I was in one of my friend's school in the Chicago area once, and he had a newsroom and it had like the light that said like on air, and they had these little jackets they wore, and it
Oh,
was just the best. I just love that. And what about you, Diana? I know that you said things like the technology. And what else do your kids help with?
Oh, they help really with all aspects of it. But what I like to do is see what they like and what their
Yeah.
strong points are. And when you were asking about who doesn't get to do it, I do have to pay attention to their grades, especially if they're volunteering. You know what I mean? But I have my own students who are leaders, and I could give them cool assignments to get them to explore the technology. Like I got them to do an Adobe assignment, which was fantastic because I just found out there's a contest that they want us to do. So that was cool. So now they're ready because they did something
Yeah.
for me. So I give them jobs that I would do. Like, let's say I want to highlight a certain genre or certain books. They could create a flyer for it and then create a display. So they have to pull the books. So a big part of what they're doing is promoting reading and promoting the
Yeah.
books.
Yeah.
I love learning from them. I always say it's a good day when I learn from the kids because they do have good ideas and they do have a different way of looking at it. And so I really do rely on their opinion. And when I see their strengths, like I'm like, you are our artistic director because you have so many skills. And I already named somebody that this year. We're only a month into school. And because of that enthusiasm and he was already a confident student, but
Yeah.
he did a beautiful display. I have a big window display that's a lot of work to create something to promote books. And he and a couple of other students did the window display. So they're doing things that I would have normally done. They're helping students find books. They're writing reviews. That's the next thing we're doing. Um, and well, actually, they're thoughtful and engaging, and they're not all that way. But if you find a student that is, then you could make them the head reviewer, let's say, and then they can help the others. That's a big part of this being successful too, because everyone's different.
Yeah, everybody has their own little niche. And so we have this little guy, he's in fourth grade now, and him and his grandma use Canva at home a lot. She must have a job where she uses it. So he's like a master in Canva, fourth grader. And so every time I need something, he's who I go to because he could create anything for me. And a lot of it, he even works on it at home. And so I love that because that could turn in, just like you guys said, into a career someday. And it could be the reason that they love coming to school too, which I love.
It is true that like today I was over here, I overheard a kid say, they were coming in for a guidance session that they had reserved, and she was behind me, and the kid goes, I don't know what it is, but I always feel really good when I'm in here. And I'm like, that's exactly what I needed to hear. I love that you said that out loud for me to hear.
Yeah.
It's just a random student. She was just talking to her friend. And that's really what we're doing. We're creating safe places, but we're giving them really good
Yeah.
experiences. So I'm really proud of it.
It's definitely what they need, right? Yeah. Have there been any challenges that you have faced?
Oh, yes. Always. I mean, when I first started, I know I made a lot of mistakes. I was just like, ugh. But I think the biggest thing is to be able to say, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Let me fix this," or because you're trying to learn how to kind of build their self-esteem and build them.
Yeah.
Um, and it's challenging. Some kids are like, "Ooh," and you just gotta be like, "Come on, you can try." And so you're gonna make mistakes. I think that's you have to give yourself grace. Say,
Yes.
I will make mistakes, and that's okay. That's what life is about. I make mistakes, I learn from them, I move on. Everybody's great. And then you have to give the grace to the kids. They're going to make mistakes, and that's okay. Give them the grace to say, okay, well, that's one way to do it, but maybe we can try it like this, or,
Right.
and just point out how you can rethink about that and give them another perspective, and they're gonna just be amazing.
And
Oh,
sometimes you need to make that correction and sometimes you don't. Sometimes
Mhm.
I say to the kids, it's good enough. Let's just do good enough.
yeah.
Somebody can understand this and it's the job well done. It doesn't have to be the perfection because we do want them to know that you are going to learn from your mistakes,
Yeah.
because the last thing I want to do is take the wind out of someone's sail,
No.
you know, so that it's good
No.
for them to see us make a mistake
Yeah.
and to say, oh, I could have done better on that.
It's good for us to give
Yes.
ourselves grace too, right? I love
Yep.
that. So when we're thinking about your book, give people a little glimpse into what they'll find inside on how this is going to help them with their program or start one too.
Well, honestly, it's a step-by-step guide. I mean, it's
Great.
like we hold your hand and take first, like the first chapter is really kind of giving you an idea of like how beneficial it is, not only to your students and how their self-esteem is going to blossom. It's beneficial to you as a librarian because it's going to free up your time and help you focus on the AASL standards for library. It's going to help your school community because man, when those parents see their kids eyes light up like, I did this today, and all of a sudden they become your biggest supporters. It's like it does so much within your school library. So we show everybody that first, and then we take you step by step. And we always say start small. Maybe every month or two add something, or maybe every year add a little something. Don't go crazy. You'll just calm and take this baby steps, and you're gonna surprise yourself how easy it is. We even give you um when you get the book, there's online documents and stuff that you can download and make them your own, just to give you everything that you need. And it's amazing.
Yeah,
I'm so excited. I can't wait to hear everybody's like how they take off with it. I just can't wait to
Yeah.
see all the success stories.
well,
Yeah.
we love to share and teachers and librarians were really good at helping each other. And that's basically how I feel about this. It's small and mighty, and it's us being friends with our colleagues. Here's some help because we learned from years and years of doing this and finding better ways. Like I said, I find better ways all the time because of this book and because of our collaboration working on this. But there's forms in the back that can be used. There's online forms. It's really going to be like your companion. You could fit it right in your bag too. I
I'm gonna
really love it.
get one. I can't even wait. I get a new library. It opens up next year. And so it's the second year of construction and all the things. But
Wow.
I'm gonna have space again for this. And so I can't even wait to have the book. I also think it's important for people to remember that this is a book to not just for librarians, but to share with administrators, even to share, of course, with teachers, but even like a parent group. I think about like how much like we have an amazing parent group in our elementary and in our middle and high school, and how much they also would gain from just having knowledge of this too. Andy?
Anyone that works with youth that wants to get them to do something is going to be helped by this book. They'll know how to get started. They'll know how to train. We both have different programs, and it's going to depend on what they have, what age group and what they're trying to do. But it is chock full of ideas for you to get started somewhere. And yeah, that's who's going to want this book.
I also think like parent groups, like I'm thinking like Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, because those really should be building up the students' self-esteem and giving them opportunities to be leaders in their troops and things. So this would definitely help them because they could be like, oh, I could use this and I can do that. I think it would be really nice for universities to start using it almost with all their teachers, because it would really help if they leave college thinking, oh, my kids can do so much more than I thought they could.
Yeah, that's such
and
a
just give
point.
them
I love that.
Yeah, you know why? Because when we first start off, we think we have to do everything ourselves. Like, oh, I can't let them do it. I have to do it. It's my job. But it is so much better when it takes a village and everyone's feeling good because everyone wants a purpose,
Yeah, part of our job to raise these kids up and get them ready for their futures and future careers, but also to like fill their passions and their hearts too.
Definitely.
I love that. Well, you guys were great, and I just can't wait to see you at AASL. Congrats on your book. I love following your work and all the things, and it's going to be amazing. Just keep doing all the great things that you do.
Thank you, Shannon. Always great.
Thank you for having us on.
Yeah, so good to see you. Thank you. As always, thank you to all of our listeners for joining us for this episode of the Future Ready Librarian podcast series, Leading from the Library. And a very special thank you to our sponsors, Follett Content. You make a difference in our libraries, schools, and within our lives, and that of our students every day. We appreciate everything you do. I hope you can take what you learned in today's podcast and put it to use within your practice as a Future Ready librarian. If I can support you in any way, please feel free to reach out to me on Twitter or X or Instagram at Shannon M. Miller, or at my email at shannonmcclintockmiller@gmail.com. I am always happy to help and support each and every one of you. Until next time, friends, keep finding ways to lead within and from your library.